guys, how's it going? Erin and I are out here getting ready to do a little planting. I know it seems late, it is chilly out today, but our 10-day looks great. No freezing temperatures. It's been the most beautiful fall season ever. We've got everything loaded up here in the Gator that we're going to be planting. 5 different varieties of things. Not
What variety is this?
The orange cat variety with 6 toes. Anyway, we've got 2 different kinds of Arborvitae. There's North Pole and Fluffy. We've talked about both of those before. We've got Queen of Hearts Brunnera, which this is actually not going to be planted out here in the south garden. This one's going up near the house on the west side. We've got a bottle brush called Legend of the Fall. It's just now starting to color up. And I guess this particular variety has the best fall color of any of the bottle brushes. So I'm looking forward to that. And then right behind Russell here, we have an Illuminati Arch Mock Orange, which I'm particularly excited about because I don't have any of these, and these will be some good spring color. Hello. Jeez. Which arb is your favorite? They're so pretty.
Oh, I don't know. They're so different because like this one stays pretty small. What'd you say, like 10 feet?
5 to 10 feet.
Yeah, that's really short. And then how tall does the
10
North
to 15.
Pole? Yeah, so I guess if I had to pick one, I'd pick the North Pole, but I do think this is interesting for an accent.
You can really tell the difference. Like both of them stay 3 to 5 feet wide, but you can tell the difference definitely in growth habit. Like that one's more fluffy, aptly named.
Sure.
And North Pole is more pole shaped. Like it just grows up very tall and narrow, and that's what we have used for all of our screening, and they're doing really well. Interesting thing is the North Pole is a zone 3 through 7, so incredibly winter hardy. It was selected out of trials in I think Minnesota to be resistant to winter burn. So you can kind of trust that if it comes out of Minnesota being able to survive that, it's going to definitely survive here in our zone 6. And then the Fluffy is a zone 5 through 8. And I don't know if it's a difference of zone and maybe this one isn't as resistant to winter burn. I'm not sure, but we've dealt with a little bit of burning with the Fluffy Arb in several locations. So we're going to try it again out here with this one. And then I'm planting 2 more near the chicken coop. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah, and those pots that flank the brick patio, I'm going to plant those today.
See, I don't know. I mean, it could be winter burn, but I also think there's some issues with some plants over there where there's overspray from the sprinklers. We have such hard water, and I just wonder if that contributed.
It definitely could have, but I'm also basing that off of the 2 Fluffies we have in the pots at the church. Those got severely winter burned, so I'm wondering if it's because it's so dry and windy in the winter here. That could be contributing.
But also it was in a pot, and this is a zone 5, right?
Yeah, it should be fine, but I don't know.
But technically it should be like a zone 4, isn't it? Like the rule of thumb is 2 zones lower.
So it should be a zone 3. So, oh no, for us in zone 6, we're 6 now. I forget that sometimes.
So maybe, I mean, there's like reasons you can chalk up to why something, like why they didn't do well. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think out here we can make it work.
Well, do you want to find spots? You had kind of some ideas on where you wanted them to be put.
All I really care about is I just want to have sort of like a screen in the end, a screen to where you kind of can't see the white fence. Like if you're standing at the house, I kind of want the white fence to sort of disappear with enough things in this area to where it kind of goes away.
We're well on our way. Honestly, I love the neighbors' trees. Love them so much. So we won't mask probably. I mean, we'll have some tall things.
That tall.
No, but we'll mask like the little lane that's back there. It's just such not pastoral. It's like a country feel, and I love it.
Yeah, not to like add a negative flair or anything, but you know when it's a neighbor's tree and it's not your tree, like who knows what's going to happen to it down the road.
Sure.
You can never really plan.
You want to future-proof.
You really want to future-proof your area because like one day they might be like, you know what, I think we're going to put, something there.
These are too big. Let's take them down.
Exactly.
And that'd be a huge bummer.
Right.
Okay. Why don't you put them in some spots? You want to do that or you want me to do that?
I feel like you should do it.
Either way.
I'm sick.
Also, in case anybody is wondering, Aaron does sound a little congested because he's at the tail end of being sick. Feeling much better, though.
Yeah.
I mean, last week we were all kind of like, I wasn't sick, but the kids and Aaron were. Anyway, everyone's doing a lot better, but that lasts sometimes for a little while. All right, let's do this.
Find an awesome spot for this. Okay. See how there's no yellow over there?
Uh-huh.
Well, there's an orange cat, but there needs to be some yellow right over there in that spot.
Okay. Ooh, that looks pretty. Now, that Katsura tree is going to get like 20 feet wide eventually, but I don't know how fast they grow. I think we plant it and
just see what happens.
Yeah, see what happens. That looks good there. I like that a lot. Oh, we have this whole space to fill too. It's exciting. Excitement. We need some spruces out here though, like some big blue stuff
Maybe
over
like
here.
a big old pine.
Or a big pine, yeah, that too. We are gonna have a huge pine right here. That's a Scotch pine. Hey, where's this from? Probably came from the wood chips from somebody's tree, I'm guessing.
Oh.
Little strand of lights got hit in there. Where are we going now?
We'll go plant it.
Oh, okay. You don't want to place
you know
the
what?
others?
On the way, there's some spots that I was thinking for the arbs,
Okay.
and you could tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh gosh, that's so beautiful. Oh, that looks pretty right there. We've had about 2.5 days of rain, so I don't know what the soil is going to be like. So good. You see these layers? Oh, so pretty. So we drove around and tried the arbs in different spots, and I think we always end up back in this corner. I think we're just gonna do you want to spread them out a little bit? Or do you want to put them kind of close together?
Let's just stick one right here. Yeah, let's spread them out.
Spread them out? Okay.
Yeah. Also, I feel like these could end up getting dug up at some point to replace, bad ones that, like something that dies
in our
hedge. So I keep that in mind too, that like
Right.
wherever we put it, it may not live here forever. One of the reasons I kind of wanted to have a few extra that were planted out in the garden, because you could easily pull this out and plant something else here.
Sure.
But if you have one arb die in the whole row, it's going to look pretty stupid.
Yeah, it's it's hard to replace stuff in hedges. Let's see, is it the right? Yeah, I think that's about right placement too. Just because we want space in front of it to plant other things along the lane, and space on that side to plant things as well. I think you could go like right in here.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the arb placement.
I do too.
I think it's going to look so great because 10 to 15 feet tall, that's significant, especially toward kind of the edge of a border. And we'll have a lot of stuff in between them, but I think seeing like the spires come up at the right distance from each other will really make a difference. And then as we were getting this last one done, I thought it might be really pretty to put the Illuminati Arch Mock Orange right here, kind of ringing this side of the arb. They grow about 4x4 and they'll bloom in late spring. So we'll have some late spring blooms out here, which we've got some Baptisia over there, so we'll have some color there, and then we'll have some white color here, and these are really fragrant. I think it's a relatively new variety. I could be wrong about that. It might just be new to me, but they're zone 4 through 7. And I think the cool thing about them is that the way that they grow, their growth habit is very different from the traditional mock orange, which can kind of look a little bit messy and unkept. These have very gracefully arching stems, and so you really, you can place them somewhere. They don't get massive like the traditional ones either, and you can just let them do their thing because they're a type that bloom on old wood, kind of like your lilacs and forsythias. So you really just want to either not prune them if you can help it, or you do have to prune them immediately after they're done blooming if you need to prune them. But a 4x4 shrub, very easy to place, and out here they can kind of just grow as big as they want. So I think that'll look really good. I think the next thing we're going to need to add into this space is something with red leaves, like some 9-barks or smoke bush. Smoke bush would be beautiful right in here.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't have any of those right now.
Let's get them on order.
We should.
All right.
Oh, these are deer resistant. I know that doesn't matter for us, but it might matter for you if you're interested in a mock orange. Do you want the smaller bit, or are you good with that one?
Let's do this one.
Okay. Look at how gorgeous this one is. That one's starting to color up really nicely. So we've got a ginger wine right here. If we put this Fottigella here, that'd be pretty. I don't think I want to put all three of these together. I think I want to kind of bounce these around so we don't have, like, maybe one right over here. So the interesting thing about these, so 4 to 5 feet tall and wide, I think they're a zone 4 through 8 or 9, I don't know, we might have to correct that on the screen. These are a really shade tolerant shrub. You can put them in a fairly shaded location. They do need at least 4 hours of sun in order to bloom really nicely, which they do bloom, those bottle brush shaped blooms in late spring, early summer. So they color up better in fall and bloom better if they get at least 4 hours of sun. And they can take quite a bit of sun, which they're going to have to out here. So anyway, they just want a well draining spot, most of all. How about right there? I think that'd be nice.
Is there ever a time where you second guess yourself and think like maybe the plop and plant method like isn't going to work out?
Occasionally, but not that often. No, because everything's coming together so nicely out here. I'm happy with everything. And the point of this is to have fun with this space. Here's our neighbor. It's the point is to have fun, so we can't stress ourselves out making sure everything's placed 100% proper. And you know what? You can always dig stuff up and move it. You know, we're no stranger to that around here. Hi, Erin. So we're up here by the house. We're going to be planting these Brenners right behind that boxwood hedge. I think I can get this part by myself.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for your help with the big holes.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to swap out the auger for the 7-inch because these pots, like we could have used them on the other smaller plants, but since we're going to be in this area, in fact, let me go in here and show you. Oh, it's so pretty over here right now. Okay, so I've got a Katsura Japanese maple right here, the boxwood hedge. We've got some sword ferns in here, just kind of dotted around, and then we have some Brunnera. I dug up the Brunnera that was around kind of like the pine tree area when we had the pines removed. Some of them survived the transplant, like you can see one here, there's one here, a little guy right there, and there's one over here. But I want to fill in the rest with the Brunnera that we have here today. That way we can have like a beautiful silver kind of bold structure back here with fern foliage kind of popping through. These Brunnera, they're supposed to get 3 feet wide. I've never had a Brunnera get that big here. I don't know if they need like a more temperate climate, more mild climate, somewhere with more rain or moisture, but they do prefer shade. They can take a little bit of morning sun if they need to. I have some that are still planted kind of behind, like along the pallet walkway. They were shaded by some junipers that were there. We had those removed and they've been in full sun, and they were in full sun for over 2 months of over 100-degree temperatures. They look a little sad, like they got burned. They handled it better than I thought they would, but they do prefer a shadier spot. So really tough, like zone 3 through 8 or 3 through 9. And they like alkaline soil. So we've got that going for us, that they can handle that. So anyway, 18 inches tall, 30 inches wide. So I'm hoping though that they will get substantial in size back here. It'll be really pretty. They're incredibly low maintenance. That's the other reason why I want to put them in. They bloom late spring through early summer. Sprays of like the forget-me-not blue blooms, beautiful. But other than, I mean, like you don't even have to deadhead them. There's really nothing to do except for clean them up every once in a while. And I leave them up through the winter and just kind of clean them up whatever it's looking bad in the spring. Let's grab one. I'll kind of show you what I'm thinking. So we have an opportunity for like one to go right here. Yeah, let me just get these all set, planted, and then we'll take a look. They look especially pretty contrasted with the yellow maple leaves. They look really good back there. I love how full it looks. That's kind of what I was going for. Now we just get to watch them fill in. I might have to address the irrigation in this area. I do have brown drip tubing running throughout this space, but when I was digging the holes, it was quite dry, especially toward this part, and they do need a fairly moist, they want it to be well draining but fairly moist soil. So I'm going to probably have to either add extra drip in here or maybe replace some that has plugged or something. But we'll make sure to keep them well watered right now. And that's the thing that you do need to remember when you're planting in fall. You can't just plant it and then expect rain, whatever rain you get, to water things in. Especially if you're in a dry climate, you still need to go out and water things, keep them fairly moist. You don't want them to dry completely out, especially going into a winter. We're really dry and windy here usually, so even through the course of the winter, if we have really long spells where we don't have any moisture, any snow or rain, which is very likely, I'll probably go splash some water on the roots of these plants just to make sure that they're happy. And even when we plant in fall, we'll be running out there. We're going to run drip to everything so that in the spring when we turn our system back on, which we've just recently turned everything off with the 3 days or 2.5 days rather of rain that we got, and we're supposed to have rain this afternoon. With that, we felt like, okay, the end of the season, everything got a really good soak. We're going to turn off the water and we won't turn it on probably until sometime in March. So anyway, that is it, you guys. We just wanted to get out here, get those things planted. We do have a few more things to get in the ground, so we'll probably be showing you those when we do get to them. It's just been such a nice fall to be able to get some things done. And you know, the rule of thumb is to plant earlier in the season, like 6 weeks before a hard frost, so that your plants have a chance to root into the new location where they're at. But I always figure, you know, if I have these plants, you know, a lot of times you pick up stuff at a garden center after the season's over on clearance or whatever. I feel like they're better off in the ground than they are trying to winter them over in a container. I think the risk factor goes down a little bit. So we just keep planting until we can't plant anymore. We still have all of our bulbs to plant, so that's another big planting project we'll be tackling here very soon. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.